Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news from around the world. We have a lot of exciting stories to share with you, but first, let's start with a developing story out of West Africa. Burkina Faso's military leader, Ibrahim Traoré, has made some shocking comments about democracy, saying that people need to forget about the issue of democracy and that democracy isn't for us. This comes as a surprise to many, given that Traoré's government had originally committed to organizing an election in 2024. However, it seems that those plans have been put on hold indefinitely. Traoré's comments have sparked concern among human rights groups, who point out that his government has been accused of committing atrocities against civilians. In fact, a recent report by Human Rights Watch found that Burkina Faso's military and its allies have killed more than twice as many civilians as Islamist militants have since 2023. The report alleges that the military has targeted certain ethnic groups, including the Fulani people, who they accuse of supporting Islamist insurgents. It's worth noting that Traoré's government has faced significant challenges in recent years, including a growing insurgency and economic instability. However, many are worried that his comments about democracy may be a sign of a larger trend towards authoritarianism in the region. Neighboring countries, such as Mali and Niger, have also seen military coups in recent years, and there are concerns that the region may be experiencing a democratic backslide. We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as more information becomes available. In the meantime, we want to hear from you. What do you think about Traoré's comments on democracy? Do you think they're a cause for concern, or are they simply a reflection of the challenges facing the region? Let us know on social media using the hashtag Barbara's Bulletin. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're taking a closer look at a developing story in international diplomacy. Pakistan and Afghanistan have begun peace talks in China, facilitated by the Chinese government. The negotiations aim to address long-standing tensions between the two nations, particularly regarding cross-border terrorism. According to reports, Pakistan has sent a delegation to Urumqi, where they are engaging with representatives from Afghanistan's Taliban government. The Pakistani Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Tahir Andrabi, stated that the success of these talks largely depends on Kabul's willingness to demonstrate visible and verifiable action against terrorist groups using Afghan soil to launch attacks against Pakistan. The situation is complex, with both countries having accused each other of providing safe havens for militant groups. Pakistan has been conducting operations against the Pakistani Taliban along the border with Afghanistan, while Afghanistan denies harboring such groups. China's involvement in mediating these talks highlights its growing role as a regional player. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, Mao Ning, emphasized that China has always supported both sides in resolving their differences through dialogue and negotiation. As the talks continue, it remains to be seen whether they will yield tangible results. The international community is watching closely, given the potential implications for regional stability. We'll keep a close eye on this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. For now, let's take a moment to consider the complexities of international diplomacy and the challenges of finding peaceful solutions to deep-seated conflicts. It's a delicate balance indeed. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we close out today's program, I'd like to bring to your attention a significant development from France. The country has been at the center of a controversy surrounding a planned gathering of Muslims in the Paris area, which was initially banned by authorities citing security risks. However, in a dramatic turn of events, a court has overturned this ban, allowing the event to proceed. The annual meeting of Muslims of France, organized by the Muslims of France Association, is part cultural and religious conference, part trade fair, and has been a regular event since its inception. This year's gathering was expected to draw tens of thousands of people from across Europe, but it was put in jeopardy when the Paris Police Department announced the ban. The authorities argued that the event posed an unacceptable terrorist risk, particularly in the current tense international and national context. They also expressed concerns about potential disruptions by far-right groups and the possibility of remote actions by foreign influences aiming to stir up dissension. However, the court disagreed with these assessments, stating that the elements provided by police did not establish a clear risk of counter-demonstrations or targeting by extremist groups. The ruling also noted that the organizers had assured extra security measures which would mitigate any potential risks. This decision comes as France is preparing to introduce a new anti-separatism law aimed at Muslim structures promoting ideas deemed contrary to the principles of the Republic. Interior Minister Laurent Nunez emphasized the need for stricter controls on collective childcare and the ability to ban publications that carry appeals to hate, violence, or discrimination. The lawyer representing the Muslims of France Association hailed the court's decision as a victory for the right to assemble, suggesting that the initial ban was motivated by a desire to promote the new law rather than genuine security concerns. As we consider this complex issue, it's essential to approach it with nuance and understanding. The balance between ensuring public safety and protecting fundamental rights is delicate, and societies must navigate these challenges with careful consideration and open dialogue. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.